everybody, and welcome to another episode of For You From Eve. We have another guest episode today. We're in a new studio today. We're in Gotham Studios, which is my first time here. And you guys know I've been loving my guest episodes recently, and I'm so excited. We just filmed a little segment on their show, NEWSGIRLS, on burnout, which you guys should definitely go listen to. But I have Wren and Mabel here, and they're going to talk to us about all things having their own podcast, getting political on social media, and just sharing news and just being intellectual, beautiful women, which I think is so crazy. I feel like that's such a big part of your brand. So introduce yourselves, tell us what you guys do and where you're from.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited.
We are so excited.
Yeah, so we host a NEWSGIRLS podcast. We actually met 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago, like in May, so around this time.
I was going to say that.
Friend anniversary. Yeah. At 60 Minutes, we were both kind of just like glorified interns at the time. And so we were like the youngest people on the floor, and we just kind of like bonded really quickly and became literally best friends.
Yes, so we bonded over Taylor Swift, as so many people do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And she's in here.
I had stalked Mabel's Twitter on the way to meet her for our first day of training as like interns. And I saw that she like retweeted Taylor Swift things. So I was like, oh my, we're going to be amazing, like best friends. I just have to like play it cool. Like I can't let her know I stalked her. And so we like met up, got in the elevator, literally 30 seconds. And I was like, so you like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, she did not. She did not play it cool.
From that moment, we were like best friends.
Oh, that's so funny. Isn't it? Girls are just so funny. Like, it's like we literally ask other girls on dates. Like, we do this, like, guys think they're special because girls act this way. It's like, no, we act this way with other girls, too.
No, literally. And it was just exciting because I had never, outside of college, had, like, a journalist friend before. So, like, the fact that we could, like, actually get along in the journalism things, but also just everything else, like, our friendship just, like, grew and grew and grew, and now we have, like, a podcast together. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. So you guys are both from New York, or you're from outside of New York, or where are you from?
Yes, so I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Right.
So we're from very different backgrounds.
But you guys been living here 7 years, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, like after college, basically, right after college.
So you're getting there to being like, in Sex and the City says like you need 10 years.
We're so close.
So close.
You're really close.
Yeah.
I mean, I would count you guys as New Yorkers at this point.
We feel like New Yorkers.
Yeah, we really do. How long have you been here?
I don't even live in the city. I live in Jersey. And I've lived in Jersey my whole life. It's the only place I plan on ever living.
Oh my God, okay.
I'm like a ride or die Jersey girl. But yeah, the city is definitely, it's something. So you guys met at 60 Minutes interning together. You guys became friends. A podcast, I feel like any business adventure you decide to take on with a friend is a little bit scary. So how did you guys make that transition of your friendship to let's build something together?
It was so crazy. So also on the first day we met, we just started talking about how it's so wonderful to work at 60 Minutes, and we were learning from literally our legends. And both Mabel and I kind of climbed the ladder there to like, we were no longer glorified interns. We were associate producers, which was like really incredible. But no one our age was watching, and that became really frustrating because we would help on some like presidential piece or something, like an opioid like epidemic like investigation, and then none of our friends watched it. No one our age watched it, and it was just like they're missing so much information. So we were like, what could we do that they would want to watch? And we thought a podcast with a video component that we edit heavily and we add stills and video, so like feels very interactive, would be like the best format for them.
Yeah.
Do we tell the pitching process?
Yeah, I mean, so literally that concept came up to us like the first day, first week. Yep. And then I guess we really started like thinking about it realistically over COVID, because like Wren and I would do these like weekly catch-up, like friend catch-up conversations.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so cute.
Every Wednesday.
And then you run out of things to talk about because you're not doing anything during COVID. So we were like, remember that like thing we were talking about? And so then eventually we made like a pitch deck and like all of these places we wanted to pitch to, and it just like show ideas and like templates and mood boards, and like it just kept like snowballing until we met up again like after COVID and actually just like for a year started pitching.
Yeah. And then we ended up at the network we're at now.
Right.
So it was a long process. I definitely like without each other, like we always asked, like I could never have done this by myself. Like finding that person, and we work so well together. Like we have obviously moments of friction, but it's like we get through them so easily.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, so you guys, I was just going to say that, like, truly so lucky.
It
like,
is.
I have great girlfriends that was born with, like, literally moms were best friends, and it's like, I love all of them to death, but I swear if I were to work with any of them, I'm like, we would not make it. We would not make it. So, like, you guys are so lucky. I feel like it's also just, like, such a strong relationship. Like, you know, no matter what, you're in each other's corners. Like, you're going to have friction. You're going to have arguments. But no matter what, we're in each other's corners. And I think that's so hard to find in friendships.
Yeah.
So, and it's sad how hard it is to find in female friendships. And you guys are not doing anything very light. Like, I think that politics is a very scary thing to touch on, especially nowadays, which we're going to get into. But I want to know a little bit more about why your upbringing and why politics ever even met. Like, why did you care to know what was going on in the world?
Yeah. Do you want to start?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my parents are from Pakistan. And so, like, just kind of growing up, I feel like international, like, news was kind of something that was always just, like, really, I know you mentioned, like, being from Syria. So it's, like, just something that you grow up around. And that kind of news was always really interesting to me. So I knew I wanted to go into journalism since I was like 6 years old or something. And so, yeah, I like studied journalism in college and just kind of always knew that that was what I wanted to do. And as you get older, you just realize that, like, the world is like such a scary place and there's so much going on that you do feel like a sense of responsibility to help in some kind of way. And so this was the way that really made sense to me. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah. I have such a domestic background compared to that. Like, international really didn't enter my realm until college. Mm-hmm. But I grew up in a tiny town in northern Wisconsin. Like, my town didn't even have a grocery store, like, insanely small. And Wisconsin is a purple state. So it's like there's a lot of red people, there's a lot of blue people.
I was like, what's a purple state? I have a lot to learn today, guys. I know my girls that are listening to are, like, tapping in because they're like me. Like, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, it means, like, it's a swing state. Okay. So, like, depending on the candidate and the election, it will be liberal, it will be conservative. Right. So I grew up hearing both opinions, like, equally, basically. And I learned kind of how to walk the line and have conversations. Like, I knew what I believed, but I listen to people and be able to converse with people who I really disagreed with, but in a respectful way.
Right.
And so that kind of first, like, turned my brain on to politics. And then as for journalism, when I was 8, like, for Christmas, my dad gave me a computer. And literally that night, like, I was like, what do I do with this computer? I decided to make a home video of, like, the evening news. Oh, that's cute. So I was just in front of it, like, pretending I was reporting, and then I was the weather person, and I was, like, going up to my cats and being like, do you have a comment? And, like, I just, like, that was my foray into being on camera and, like, reporting. And then I realized down the line you could actually do that as a job.
Yeah, now you can. And you guys only started your podcast 7 months ago. And can I just say, like, clicking onto your social and your shows, you would not think that. Like,
thank you for saying
seriously, it's crazy. Like, 7 months into my podcast, I had like a $20 mic from Amazon in, like, my bedroom. Like, no video, nothing. Like, the production and everything you guys have. You said you started working with an agency. Was it right away?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why did you pitch? You pitched your ideas and wow.
Yeah. We so, like we said, we were pitching around for, like, almost a year, basically. We just wanted to find a place that was the right fit because if we are leaving 60 Minutes legacy media, like, we do want to go somewhere that lets us kind of do our thing. Yeah. Like, we felt so held back a little bit at 60 Minutes because we were thinking initially, like, maybe we can work with, like, a CBS or somewhere else and kind of test this idea out. There were just so many roadblocks to being able to be creative and speak to young people because it wasn't the brand of that news organization. So we just really wanted to work with a place that would let us, like, experiment.
Yeah. And we know it is unusual to have a network from the beginning.
It's crazy.
And it was hard. Like, we had an agent helping us and he was like, you might not get anything because if you don't have any proof of concept out there, like, why would they take such a risk? But some feedback we got from our network was, this show idea is really unique and there wasn't really anything out there combining. We wanted to be, like, hard, like, news journalists, but also content creators. And that intersection is just now starting to, like, become a thing.
It is, but it's also not. Like, I feel like, I mean, you guys probably know the audience more than I do, but I don't know anyone else that does what you guys do. Like, I see influencers speaking on social media during the elections, but I don't see anyone actually talking about the news. And I feel like for you guys, since you are in that push and pull, do you see a lot of influencers that you follow or just content creators that post things and you're like, this person has no idea what they're talking
It is literally
if you can see our DMs.
Thing.
Like,
literally.
influencers DM you about it.
No, like,
our
Ryan and I DM each other about, every 4 seconds we're like, oh my God, like, can this be real? Like, it's just so
there's so many
frustrating
creators that just like take an article that they didn't write and they just, like, regurgitate it to the camera and they have millions of followers.
It's insane.
They're not
actually crazy.
Any work
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary too, because it's like you have that big of a platform and you're like, you don't even know what you're posting.
And it's like what you said, like sometimes it's scary to like actually engage with the news on social media because you don't know if what you're getting is credible or real. And so like we're really against it just because it like ruins the entire ecosystem of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and people don't care if you have credentials. Like we are so proud of our background and we know exactly what we're doing, but these talking heads on the internet, you don't know if they're trained. Did they go to college? Did they have any like experience working as a journalist?
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I was telling them when we recorded for their show, like I'm very self-aware of what I don't know and what I do know. Like if there's something that people are talking about, like I'll take the time to read into it, but I might be like, I can't put my 2 cents here. Like I cannot be posting about this. And I made the mistake of like posting one thing one time and I lost like 700 followers.
Oh my God, wait, what was it? You have to tell us.
Maybe I'll fair.
Yeah.
But like I posted something during elections. I was like, no matter what I post, people are going to be mad. Like no matter what. And I was like, this is like the only thing I kind of know. And I was like, I regret it because I don't know enough, I guess. So I feel like it's very hard. And 7 months ago was not a much easier place to do it. So is there anything you guys don't talk about?
No opinions.
No, like not really. And I think because we have a 30-minute, like roughly 30-minute podcast that comes out once a week and we have 3 stories on it. And that was like by design so that we can kind of shake it up. Like nothing feels like we're really pushing for 40 minutes one viewpoint or one topic. So like if we're doing something political in the first one, we'll do something chiller in the second one and try to balance it all out week to week.
Right.
So we try to keep that in mind. So like nothing feels too like opinionated.
And almost to our detriment, we will cover everything because sometimes we'll talk about drugs or like sexual assault or something. Yeah. And then those, when we put the clips out, TikTok doesn't let them live because it's like sensitive content. But like journalists do need to cover all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. So I feel like, then you guys, how often are you like watching the news every day? Are you like keeping up with it? What are your like rituals every day to make sure you're
informed? We have different ways of getting the news. I do watch it. Like I start every day with like Good Morning America. I like watch basically the whole show or like speed to the things I really care about. And then I have a whole burner Instagram account that's a fake name. And I just follow like 1 trillion news outlets and I scroll and I just see all their posts. And those are the 2 primary ways for me.
Smart. The burner account's smart.
That is smart. That's helped us with a lot of stories. I like will read the Times and the Wall Street Journal and stuff like every morning, every night, basically, just kind of constantly keeping up with like writers that we really admire and stuff that are putting things out. Because that's where you get like a lot of the deep investigations.
Right.
So we kind of balance out the things that we get. We'll be on the broadcast, we'll be on the socials, we'll be on writing, and then that's how we like come up with story ideas, basically.
Right. And we were talking like about burnout on your show. How do you guys not feel a burnout when you're like constantly indulging in the news? Because the news isn't like happy.
I mean, I can share the advice that I gave on our podcast. Like, I feel like we're using our voice. Yeah. Like, it doesn't, like, it feels like all those hours come to something. It's not just, like, I'm sitting around just getting depressed and there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
Like, in one way or another, we will, like, put the facts out there and people can see them.
Yeah, it feels very, like, active. Like, I feel like that's why you see so many, like, activists kind of cropping up now because, it's not just, like, weighing you down. You're kind of using it to do something. So it's kind of, like, thrilling a little bit just to be a part of something, this huge conversation that's happening right now.
Even on a small platform.
Yeah.
And do you guys find yourself, like, it's all you can talk about? Like, if you're going on dates or, like, friendship?
I'm the only single one here, so I can on the dates, yes. Okay. All the time. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, did we literally just, like, talk about politics that entire time? Like, I have to consciously be like, so where'd you grow up? Like, and were you raised conservative or liberal? Like, I can't stop.
And are you guys, you have to date somebody that's the same, what do you even call it? The same what?
Like party values, like ideal, like kind of, like it's difficult, I feel like, to like build a life with someone who doesn't align with your values, especially because for us it is so important. So if anything, the most important thing is like, you have to keep up with the news and you have to like really know why you believe in what you believe. And then probably if you can like align,
I was just about to ask if you guys would date someone that wasn't political.
No. Like that's almost worse.
Yeah, that's way worse.
Because then they're not even watching or trying. Yeah.
Right. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read it. Okay, so you wouldn't date someone that's different political views or even try to sway them or
I think it's totally fine for people too if that's not like a big thing for them. For us in our line of work and just how passionately I know we both feel, it would be I don't even think like you could have more than one date. Like the conversation, like wouldn't go
right.
further.
I mean, no, I don't think I'd be able to date someone because it goes down to your values and your morals.
Right.
And
yeah.
like I said, I don't know that much about the news. I don't watch the news, but I'll keep up with like certain things on my phone. But like I get all my information from my partner. Like whatever they're like, oh, this just happened, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like the red food dye thing. Like I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like I didn't know that. That's great. Like that's great to hear. So I feel like it's nice. Me personally, like, what would you give advice to someone like me who doesn't want to be too consumed with the news but still wants to know what's going on?
Well, tune into NEWSGIRLS podcast.
That's number one.
No, I think that is my first step. Yeah.
And then I think find some creators or just like find some, not even like people, but maybe like BBC does like fun, like they bring the new, they have like skits and stuff of the news that make it a little more palatable.
Yeah.
Like find some outlets that don't maybe report so serious to the point, because like some outlets are getting better about that.
Yeah. And we talked about this on our show, but like sticking to like a cause every couple of weeks that you're really into and just kind of focusing on learning everything about that cause, because the news is timely. So things change. So if everyone's talking about abortion or everyone's talking about like the governor's race, like spending just like a month or like 2 weeks or whatever focusing on that can help. Because, like, everyone's talking about it now. So it's like, you go to drinks and everyone's talking about the news. And it's nice to just, like, know what you're saying, know where your friends are at. So it's maybe, like, nice to stick to timely things to start.
Yeah, I was just telling you guys that, how I feel like now that I'm, like, adulting, I'm like, people are talking about these things and I want to be able to put my 2 cents in. Like, and I feel like also, though, and you guys could, like, let me know if you agree, like, the crowd really does depend, too. Like, there's people that I can have conversations with and there's people you can't.
You just have to know.
And you're like, okay, great, you're never going to speak to me again because we have different views. And I feel like that's really hard. Do you guys feel like you could be friends with people that have different political views?
Not close friends, but like definitely we're the kind of, I think also because our job, we have to be able to hear opinions we don't agree with and just be like, okay, we're easy at like, we don't always have to fight back. Like we just like let them say that, all right, that's what they think. But there are people who can't let it die and like they have to like say how they feel. Then
and politics are also like, it's more than just like what party you align with. Like there's so many things going on, and I have so many friends that like even if we believe like and have a lot of the same values, every issue you're not aligning on. And so the way like it's just kind of like I know where they stand, they know where I stand, and like it's fine.
So you guys aren't like those people that are like, oh, they're disgusting because they have this.
No, like you can't, like you're so limited then in the world. It is crazy because like Wren and I like I really don't think any like issue we don't really agree on. Like barely like ever. It's kind of crazy. Like
I was gonna ask that.
And we'd never like talked about everything that's always happened until we had this podcast together, and then we'll like I think we've started like melding a little because we've like learned from each other a little bit, but like we have like very similar like views on
that's
everything.
So I was gonna ask that too, like if you guys disagree on any views, like what do you do? But that's so funny.
Yeah, like we would just let the facts speak for like themselves. Whatever like research like we would find, we would just go with that.
Do you guys feel like though, like I know for me, like I feel like even though there's facts, it's like pickleball. It's like back and forth no matter what. So how, like someone like me who says, oh well I feel this way because of this, someone goes, well what about this? And I say, what about like how do you kind of like balance that when both facts are right and both facts are wrong? Because I feel like that's very common in politics.
Yeah, like cross-checking, like what, like you have 2 outlets, okay, what do other outlets say? Like get a third, fourth opinion in there. And coming from 60 Minutes, there's only a few like primary sources and secondary sources that they really trust. So we know like which sources are the most trustworthy, and if it's in that, then we can probably go with it.
Yeah. And then it's like, again, some issues, like, there is no coming to the middle about, especially, I feel like, with international issues. Like, people are so motivated by different things. There's, like, religion and there's firsthand experiences. And, like, sometimes you'll just never be able to come into the middle about things like that. But then sometimes there's, like, facts. You know, it's, like, someone saying 80% of this and you know it's not. So it's, like, it's difficult. But, yeah, some issues, like, you can never really come in the middle about.
Yeah. Do you guys think that you have to choose a party in order to be educated on politics, or do you think someone could really just be in the middle?
It's hard to say that now. Like maybe not, like maybe you don't have to choose a party because it is so polarized now. I see people who like are pissed on both ends and like don't really align with anything. It's hard to say like, oh, you're in the middle. Like what does that even mean? Like, you know, it's like it's just so different. They'd have to really flesh it out.
Yeah, and I also, guys, when I say to all my listeners, you guys don't really say, like, they're not opinionated on their show.
Totally.
So they don't, like, people will try to figure out what you guys believe and everything like that, but no one actually knows, which I think is so interesting.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem with the 2-party system is that, like, you could be liberal but not agree with, like, some of the things in there, or opposite conservative but not agree with some of the things. And so that is where I would understand people being in the middle and like voting one way, but I don't agree with like certain issues.
Right.
That's how I make sense of moderate.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the environment that you're in can affect your political views?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
have you guys ever switched your parties? No. Okay.
Same.
No. But like, I really do think that, especially with friends that now, like, so I'm from LA, like friends that were all from LA are all in New York and have kind of moved around the country, around the world. I see their political views changing, and it is kind of crazy. The age that you're in, the people you surround yourself in, like the state you live in can really like impact your politics.
And it doesn't even have to be just like people are so malleable to like wherever they are. It could be now you're learning more. Yeah. Like you're exposed to more, you're seeing more of like the world. And that could be why you're changing. And it's not just because you don't have a spine or something.
Right. Yeah, I feel like there's a mix of like people that change because they're learning more and the people that change because their favorite celebrity posted something.
Yeah. Right. And then it's like, because as you get older, your world does sometimes get like a little bit smaller, like, you know, in so many ways. And so if that's why your politics are changing, then that is also like it's just like interesting because I mean, people are just changing.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about life in the city. I know you guys are big Sex in the City fans.
Yes, so we really are. Yes.
Oh my, you guys just had amazing. You guys had Candace on.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
How do you guys pitch to guests? Does your agency do it for you? And why did you want her? Like how did that get inspired?
Well, she's a queen. She's such an icon.
She's a queen.
Yeah.
For pitching to guests, we always just do it ourselves. We send like a cold email usually. I do think having 60 minutes in our like back pocket and on our resume helps a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. But no, our agency doesn't help. It's all just us. And we met Candace at like an event, like a Sex in the City trivia night that we hosted. Like,
oh, cute. Okay. Yeah. Can I be invited to the next one?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Literally.
Definitely.
I'm like rewatching it. It's my background show now.
No, it's so good. And so that's how we met her, and we kind of just like went up to her like after the show and we're like, can we like have you on? And she was like, yeah, totally. So nice. Just like DM me and I'll give you guys my email.
Crazy.
And then we ended up going to her one-woman show because she was like touring a one-woman like show about how Sex in the City came to be in New York. So then we went to that, and then then we like had her on just like 2 weeks ago.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Who would you guys say is the character you're most like?
It's like
we know this.
It's like a melding. So I would say that I'm like half Carrie, half Miranda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like, it's like a mix of the two.
And I can see that, like knowing Mabel so well, like that I agree.
I'm wearing capris and heels.
That's like,
it's just like, it makes me feel I'm just like Carrie, obviously. But then I'm like intellectually I was such a Miranda, not in And Just Like That though.
I don't watch that.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
She's very cringy.
So I couldn't do it. I started like they killed Mr. Big. I was like, I'm good.
I'm done. Yeah.
How about you?
I'm also a melding of things. Miranda too, but then Samantha.
Oh, I was going to guess that you were like a Miranda and Charlotte.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed the first time
Really?
too. But like, it's just like, I think like a lot of the friendship values of Samantha, like Wren will kind of really
yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Charlotte, like fully. No
Really?
Melding.
Okay. Love that.
No, I feel like a lot of girls can go through like a Samantha stage. You know what I mean? So maybe you're in your like Samantha Sex and the City. Oh, I love that for you.
And I love a great blazer. You know this.
Yes, exactly. It's like the really random things of Samantha that you wouldn't really think are very Samantha that like.
I mean, she's a business.
Yeah, she's like a badass feminist.
She is.
Like take charge. I really love that.
She is. Yeah, no, I'm a Charlotte girl. I love Charlotte.
It's
such a good show. I always say Sex and the City finds you when you most need it. Like
I
feel like when you watch it, it's because you needed to watch it.
Totally.
Yes, I have a friend who just converted to Judaism.
No way.
And I was like, you've watched Sex and the City, right? And she's like, no. I'm like,
oh, she hadn't watched it.
No, she has now, and now she loves it.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So I was like,
that is amazing.
There's a storyline for you.
Yeah, I recommend it to all my friends, and I'm like, you should watch it. Like, I make my partner watch it with me.
I was just gonna ask you. I was like, did you make like your boyfriend watch it?
He like watches it. He's always like, Aiden again? Is it Mr. Big? He's like, I don't know who it is. I'm like, me neither. None of us know. Yeah, no, the spinoff it's not for me.
Yeah.
Fair.
I really tried, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, this is just not.
It's really, really bad.
It's insane.
And they like, I just feel like they killed everyone. Like, Samantha's not there. They killed Miranda's storyline. And like, even like Charlotte, I'm like, this is just not what Charlotte's daughters would be like. Like, it's just, everything is just not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. No, it's bleak.
Yeah, they like wanted to be so different from the original that they just like, we talked about this on our show when we had Candace on, like it feels like the first season especially, they were focusing on so much dramatic story building that it wasn't even like a show.
Yeah, I agree.
It's season 3 now, so it feels like a little bit more settled, but it's still like not the best. Yeah,
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah,
I just
save your
saw,
time.
Yeah, I saw like one clip of Aiden, and I was like, why is he back?
He's so annoying.
He's
oh my
so-
God,
yeah,
he's so
I
annoying.
heard he's annoying, and I was like, I used to love him before, so I'm just gonna keep it there.
Yeah.
He's like such a child man. It's like really
Didn't he cheat on
embarrassing.
her? I heard he cheats on her.
Yeah.
I heard he cheats on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, let's talk a little bit about friendships in your 20s, because I think that this is something my audience asks me about a lot, and I just think, especially living in New York, I grew up with all my friends that I have now. I have not made any new friends in the past, I don't even know how many years. I think genuinely my, like,
Wow.
yeah, like I don't know how
It's
I
such
would
a New
explain it.
Jersey thing, I feel like, honestly.
It is
My best friend is from New
so
Jersey, and all of her best friends are all just best friends.
Yeah, I feel like friendships are very difficult. So I grew up with the same friends my whole life. But I think also no one talks about the falling out of friendships that could happen as well in your 20s. So how have you guys kind of navigated your friendships in your life?
We talk about this a lot.
So much.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. I think my friends are a good mix of like home friends like from Wisconsin and then new friends that I've made. I would say college is like the new era.
Right.
And I don't know, like maybe being single, like I have more time to prioritize like friends, and I'm really good. I have calls with like 3 of my friends every week to just like keep up with their lives. So
That's nice.
And it like, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is hard. Like, I've had like so many thoughts about this like recently. Like, I feel like I grew up like reading, like we talk about this all the time, but like reading so many books where like friendship is such like a beautiful thing. Like Harry Potter, like Sister of the Traveling Pants. It's like friendships are there forever and they're like magical and amazing. But then you're not prepared for like the phases of life that come and things change. People move and get married. Like all my best friends got like married this year.
Right.
And things change. So I think I'm like realizing that like friendship is just as big and as special, but there's like seasons to it. Like there's phases of friendships with certain friends, and if they're not there and if you're not there for them in that particular moment, that doesn't mean the friendship is over. It just kind of like ebbs and flows more than I would have thought.
Right.
But that is like a hard conclusion to come to.
It is. Did you guys watch Friends?
Yeah,
Okay,
loved.
good. Do you know that scene where like I think it was like Ross said to Rachel, like, "Are you gonna be okay?" And she's like, "It's okay, I got my girls." And that's like become like a big trend on TikTok where it's like, "It's okay, I got my girls." And I feel like for me, like, I guess I'm in that weird hump of like everyone's in a different chapter, so I don't have like a girl group anymore. So like the
that's
core
hard.
girl group, it's so hard. Like I
Yeah.
have an individual friend here, an individual friend here, and then I have my partner's friends. But it's like I feel like you get into a new time where like my best friend is dating someone from out of state. So like that's like a whole different life that she's living. And then it's like your friends go in different directions. And have you guys ever had like a friendship breakup?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They hurt.
Yeah.
They suck. Like the only like new friend I made outside of like my young church friends was like a friend in college. And she like completely just like ghosted me out of nowhere one day. And it like broke my heart.
Hurts so bad.
It hurts so bad. And I feel like it's not talked about that much. And I think that people don't realize what it's like, yes, you can be best friends with your partner. Like my partner's my best friend. I'll ride or die for him always. But what if he's having a bad week or a busy week and I don't have my girls back? Like I think that's what's so hard about being in your 20s. And I just think like friendships help you grow. Like they help you learn. They help you like experience new things. So I feel like I get a lot of DMs about girls who just don't experience that. And I think it's really sad.
Yeah, it's such a huge part. I was just talking to a friend the other day and we were saying like, how did we know that like this was like a real friendship?
Right.
And she brought up early on, she was like dating this total loser. I knew he was like so bad for her. And she was like, you were the only one in my life who told me, what are you doing? Like, get out of this relationship. Like, you can do so much better.
How long were you with him?
She was with him.
Oh, sorry.
She
How
had
long was she
been,
with him?
Like, at that point, like almost a year.
Oh, wow.
And like, I had suffered for a while. And then I was like, I literally cannot hold this in. And I
that's
need
a hard thing to do.
Yeah. And she was like, I knew you had my best interest at heart in that moment because everyone else was just telling her what she wanted to hear. But I was like, he's literally like low-key abusive. Get out.
Right.
And so she said that like she like is how she knows this is a real friendship.
Yeah,
and like you need those people
you
that
do.
are gonna tell you like tough love and like always have your back.
Yeah, because that's a risky game to play of like telling your friend like like I was in a relationship for 5 years before my current partner, and only one of my friends was like, hey, like you shouldn't be in this relationship. And I was like, after 5 years of being with him, you tell me? And then everything opens up to you and you're like, wait, this is crazy. And then you break up and everyone's like, yeah, I didn't like you guys together. And I'm like, good morning. Like, where were you?
And there's a way to do it where it doesn't have to, like, people are like, it's too like risky to say it because what if they stay together? You can present it in a way where you're like, I'm going to support no matter what you do, but these are things I've noticed. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I feel like also like when you are going through like a breakup or just any bad time in your life, like they always say like pay attention to who's there when you're like going through a bad time, but also I think pay attention to who's there when you're on top. Like,
Yes.
I think that's a big thing too. Is like when we're like down, I think it's easier to be there for a friend when she's down in the dumps and like be there for her because you feel like you need to be. And then once she's like fine and then she's doing great, now you're like kind of distancing yourself. Do you guys notice that?
That's a good point. Like, I've never thought about that, but that is true. Like, yeah, like how do your friends react when you're like doing really, really well?
Yeah, people who are threatened by your success and like want to bring you down or like can't even be around you because it's like too hard.
Yeah.
So that's like just as much of a fair weather friend as the ones who are not there when you need a shoulder.
Totally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw something once and it was like, how come it's so easy for like strangers to compliment my show but not the people around me? And it was like, because people around you started where you came from too and you're up
We talk about this a lot too. We're like, at what point are we allowed to get annoyed? Like,
that our friends are not watching, our best friends.
When do we like, when do we say something?
Do you guys like know that people don't watch it?
We have such a, like, disclaimer, we have such a great core of friends who do watch all the time.
So supportive, will like send like live watching notes and stuff. So mostly everyone is great.
But but then like we can tell, like we catch up with someone and like we reference a story and they're like, oh, you did that? That's cool.
Yeah. Or like they won't like bring it up. Like that's always like also so funny because it's like we know like that they know that.
I mean, like none of my friends watch my show.
Are you okay with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are we all coming to a reckoning today?
Like, wait a second. No, you know what it is?
We're all gonna leave pissed.
Yeah. We're like walking out. I don't know. I will say like there's some friends that will sometimes send me an episode like, oh, this was a good episode. And I'm like, that like warms my heart. But like I know that there's people who have not clicked on to one episode. Does it bother me? I don't know. I'm good. The thing is with me, I'm so good off people. I'm good with like, don't click on. It's not your world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also do think it's sad to not have that core girl group that's like going to tune in every episode and everything. Like when I started to get to know my partner, I was like, you're not allowed to listen to my show. You're not allowed to listen to it.
And that's fair.
Yeah,
but also fair. Your guys' content is different. Mine is different. Like, like I'm crying about something where it's like, I don't want him to
And
listen.
you're so personal. Like you need like some space from him knowing everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas I feel like for you guys, it's more like, I think it's like hot. Like, oh, I want to see my girl know this stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like different. Were you like that with your partner?
Yeah. Like he watches everything. He watches it before it even like airs every night. So we'll watch it. Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
Like 5 years.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. I feel like that's also too, like you've been together so long that's like, just listen. Like that's like.
And he was like a part of it while I was at 60 Minutes, while we came up with the idea, while we were pitching. So, like, he's invested.
He is the biggest fan of the show.
I love that.
Yeah.
He is one of a very few, like, a short list of voices we trust, like, for
I
feedback.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
I love that so much. What is something that if there is anything that you guys, like, want to talk about coming up that you feel like is a little bit controversial, besides everything? Everything's controversial.
Yeah, I mean, we interviewed like a New York Times reporter, Pulitzer Prize winning, like literally insane reporter. He's an Israeli reporter, lives in Israel, and him and his team did this like 6-month investigation into Prime Minister Netanyahu and how he basically prolonged the war in order to like benefit politically. And we've never covered like the Israel-Gaza war on our show before because it's so heated and we haven't been there, you know, like that's not our beat. Like there's some things that we feel comfortable saying and some things that like is better for an expert. So that's why we interviewed him, but it's still like a very hot button topic. And so there's like, it came out today and there's some like nerves a little bit because people see it.
Right. Yeah. So even when you guys aren't like picking sides, it's still like, why are you giving this person a voice?
Exactly. That is the thing.
Yes. And this was like such a big deal, like a New York Times 6-month investigation. Like they dug up things that had like secret meetings, like never before known details. Yeah. And to hear from the author and like the investigator who did it, like is first person, like it's big enough that it was worth like breaking our.
I lost 3 followers.
You did?
30?
I haven't even checked.
Oh. Yeah. Not fine, but like, literally
on your personal.
On my personal. Like, it's just like kind of crazy already. Like, I didn't like think it was that, like, I just didn't think about it because we were like pulling like a crash last night.
Right.
Like, we were like editing late into the night. So I didn't even think about like, oh, like, if I post it, will like anyone care? I guess some people did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess this kind of answers my next question. Like, one of the most hated political person in the world is like Trump. If you guys had the opportunity to have him on the show, you're having him on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like you're having the president on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's like a really important conversation. So when I was at 60 Minutes, we had Marjorie Taylor. Do you know who Marjorie Taylor Greene is? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very controversial, like
Super, like, as far right as it gets, like, conspiracy, like, very, just like a lightning rod. She, like, says all this
Low-key,
crazy
I
shit.
might.
Yeah.
You would probably recognize her, super blonde, like, from Georgia.
If you showed me a picture, I think I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, like, just like...
You've
like
seen her.
a spitfire for the Republican Party. And she's considered very uncredible. Like, she just, like, will make up things and make up allegations and just, like, whip things out. That's what she's known for. And 60 Minutes did a story on her. We did a piece and we got so much hate. Why would you platform this woman? Why would you give her the, like, microphone to even spout her nonsense, is what the haters would say. And it prompted a lot of conversations about what is journalism. And, like, it's not just interviewing people you agree with all the time. Like, if someone is very notable and a lot of people are following them, you can tell that story, and it doesn't mean you're, like, kissing up to them.
Right.
I
think we see, like, the call her daddies of the world, where, like, she can't do an interview unless it's, like,
fangirling over, like, her interview subject.
She also just, I mean, I'm not talking down on her. She did a great thing. But, like, she also, I feel like, can't do an interview now unless her guest has, like, a controversy to them or, like, a story.
Yeah.
I was shocked that she had Sarah
clicks.
Jessica Parker on. Because I was like, oh, there's nothing even... I mean, I guess people wanted to know, like, oh, why isn't Samantha on Sex and the City? Like, I feel like there's still something there.
And she didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Do you guys, as podcasters now, you watch interviews and you're like, oh, I wanted to ask that. And this
all the time.
Yeah.
Or, like, we'd handle that differently. Like, what Wren is saying, like, just, like, fangirling over your guest is something that's so journalistically, like, not a thing.
Yep. Right.
But it is such a podcaster thing because you want to get along with your guest, but then don't, like, act like you're, like, an interviewer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like, I've had guests on where I'm like, I love their stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I love you. But then also, like, once we sit down, like, you're just a person that I'm digging deep into. Like, I like, dig deep into people. Like, I want to know you.
Yeah. And that's where, like, journalists... like, talking to someone isn't an endorsement. A lot of podcasters, if you do, like, if someone had Trump on their show, it is an endorsement. So, like, people shouldn't see that if whoever we have on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, the Girls Gone Bibles girls did, like, a prayer with Trump or something, and everyone was, like, shitting on them. And then they're like, well, I guess they're just praying on his head. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just depends on what your podcast, like, is doing.
It's also, like, at the end of the day, he's a president. So it's like, he's a president. If you're political, you're going to want to be able to interview the president, no matter whether you like him or not.
Like,
person in the world. Yeah. You're going to take that opportunity.
What are your dream guests?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'll just put that at the top of the list.
Yeah. Like, actually?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hillary Clinton, probably.
Yeah. We had one of our dream guests on who was, like, Clarissa Ward, who, like, literally obsessed with her. She's, like, a CNN war correspondent. So we, like, that was a goal, and we actually hit it, which was really exciting.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you talk to Taylor about?
Just, like, literally everything.
My dream would be to dig into, like, lyrics. Like, if we could, like, listen to her songs and pull out some and be like, what were you thinking when you wrote that? Like, what caused, like, spurred this thought?
Her lyrics. Any, like, new friend you like Taylor Swift, they're like, oh, I never listened to her. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding?
And I pause it and I say everything. Like, I'm like, oh, this explains your situation with this person. Let me play it for you. Like, that's how I am. I do, like, a Taylor shuffle where, like, if you're in a mood, it's like, let's, like, shift my album and see whatever playlist the song comes on in the playlist is for you right now.
No, she would be, like, an amazing.
I would love to have her on, too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's exciting. I feel like, are you guys, like, do you guys, like, actually reach for the stars when you reach out to guests? Or are you like, nah, let's humble ourselves?
We know we reached.
We reached. And
why not?
And we'll do it together and we'll be like, are you sure about that one? We'll be like, yeah. And then we're just like, hit. Like,
How do you guys reach out?
Literally cold emails.
We have every living president. We're like, hello, Mr. President.
We did that once on, like, the train back from
so
DC when we were feeling, like, delusional before the podcast even launched.
Oprah. And we reached out to Oprah.
Yeah, we were like, hi, Oprah. Huge fan of your work.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you guys find emails?
We're good at that.
We have some
sleuthing
we have
investigations. Yeah, we, like, have good. Everyone's, like, official email, and then their, like, Hotmail is CC'd, and then their agents, like, Gmail, Yahoo is CC'd. Yeah. So we find them all.
Crazy. How do you guys think that you've grown into... I want to talk a little bit more about podcasting stuff, too. Like, how did you guys... You guys didn't just go into it. Like, you went in hot. You got the setup. You got the low. Like, how are you guys kind of working to build a successful podcast?
It's a lot of work. And I think a lot of people see clips and think it's literally you're just, like, showing up. And I'm sure there are podcasts where you just show up with your friend and you're like, what did you do yesterday? And that's it. Mm-hmm. We approached it so differently. And, like, it's a full-time job. Like, we left full-time jobs to do this. And we put in even more work into this show. And that, like, hopefully is clear when you watch it.
Yeah. And we're glad you noticed, like, the production elements from the beginning because we wanted to come off as like credible, especially if you're talking about the news.
Yeah.
Like we were suggested so many times, like, what if you guys talk about the news on your couch? And we like thought about it.
Yeah.
But it just like, we want that credibility to really seep through. Like we're like official. So we've had some hard conversations about like towing the line between trying to be casual and like young and get people who are not in the news to watch, but also not be like too casually uncredible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because like the alternative is like turning on the evening news and everything. Like it's a perfectly curated studio and like blazers and stuff. Going too far the other way, like we might lose some of that like grandeur that should kind of come with the news and like our conversations.
Yeah. I like to get other podcasters' opinions on this.
Yes.
So how do you guys feel about the influencer podcast world? Like every influencer grabbing a mic now and just talking and everything. How do you guys feel about that?
I'd say we're not fans.
Okay. No, that's fair. Me neither.
Yeah, we're not fans. It's also just like, that's why when we started our podcast, we were like, should we even call it a podcast? Because it's going to be like lumped in with all of this. Like,
yeah,
it's just like sullying the field a little bit, but I guess
oversaturating the field.
Yeah.
It's like makes it harder for people who would just make a good podcast, whether they're famous already or not, to be found.
And like a lot of the times when we've talked about like collaborations with people, like networks and stuff, they have mentioned that like working with podcasters feels very risky because people start a podcast and they do it for 3 months and then they like leave it. So like we've always just been like, if we're starting it, we're like doing it. It's official. Like we do it every week. We never take off. Like like some of the cred in the industry is like fading a bit.
Yeah, I feel like the industry is just like disappointing now. And it's like sad because I've done my podcast for over 4 years now. And it's like, I remember for one point I was posting every single day. So like I was like, I need to make it. Yeah. So I feel like I get frustrated because I'm like, I'm being beat on the charts or beat by downloads because this person already has 1 million followers. Of course people are going to like, of course people are going to listen to, and I love her, Alex Earl. They're going to listen to her podcast over mine. Like obviously. But I feel like that's why I'm kind of like tapping in more into like guests too. Because I'm like, I feel like it's nice to hear conversation. Like I'm in this by myself and I get bored of hearing just myself speak too. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like the industry has just taken such like a boring shift.
Yeah, that must be so frustrating for you.
It's so frustrating. Like everyone has the money for production and editors and lighting and this and that. And I'm like, it's just so hard. Like people can just build these studios in their mansions of homes. And I'm like, you know what I mean? It's frustrating.
Do you think like the cream will still rise to the top? Like if you... Or, like, is there just a risk now that you could be putting out, like, such a great podcast and no one will find it?
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you fall out of love with it because you're like, damn, like, this is, like, frustrating. You put so much work into a good episode. And, like, I know myself. Like, I know I'm a good interviewer. So, I'm like, I get frustrated when I watch, like, Call Her Daddy. And I'm like, that was such a bad interview. I'm like, give me this guest. I'll do it better. Like, you know what I mean? So, I feel like that's where I get frustrated. And obviously everyone works their way to the top. Like I'm not bringing anyone down. Like I'm sure everyone deserves it. It's just like frustrating when you're like, wow. Like I also think that unless you're controversial now, people don't really care. Like you only get famous from controversy half the time. Like Alex Cooper, yes, she built a great podcast, but why was she ever known? Because she was dating Red Sox players. Like there's always something like
and
that.
And then the breakup of the original host.
Yeah, that's how she really got big. So I feel like because I don't have that, I'm just a small girl from New Jersey, like by herself. Like I don't want it. No one find any dirt on me. But like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's why it's hard.
Yeah. That says a lot about our culture though. That,
it does.
Like, that's what gets eyeballs, and like at the end of the day, eyeballs is all that matters. Like if you're getting clicks and engagement, then that means you're getting ad money, and then that's all. Like you'll have a success.
Yeah. But that's why also I guess like the social media element of it is good because like I mean, how much like do you put out like social like clips and stuff a lot? Because I feel like people do like the low production kind of like social better than like if we're saying like everyone has these huge sets and mansions. People do like kind of like dirty raw like social media videos, so like that's kind of an advantage we have. I feel like
I do agree. I lost my Instagram like a year ago. Someone hacked it and deleted it. Yeah, I don't know who. Someone just emailed me and was like, I have your Instagram,
tragic.
Pay me. Yeah. So like I just like remember at that point I was like, I think I should just quit. Like I was like, I think I should just be done. And then something told me to just keep going. So like I'm still building up my Instagram. I'm like, this is the hardest time to build social media, but also the easiest. It's so weird.
Ugh. Why do you think it's easy now?
I feel like it's easy because of the videos I see. Like, I'm like, this girl literally just got, like, millions of, like, she gets hundreds of thousands of, like, just talking in her car, no hashtags, no captions. But then I'm like, I do it, too, and I do it with strategy, and it's, like, nothing.
The hard thing is how random it is.
Right. Yeah. And it's, like, I see girls, and I'm like, you literally just started your TikTok a month ago, and you have, like, triple my following's been stuck since, like, 2020.
you know, relatable.
Yeah,
like
relatable.
Our best videos are like the ones where like we didn't even like we put the least amount of thought into. We're like, oh, well, this is just gonna be fun, and then it blows up, and then the ones that were like, okay, this would be a perfect hook to begin with, and then like we'll get into this really fast pace. And
isn't that so annoying?
It's so annoying.
Yeah,
because you have to just move on, and that's like hard.
Yeah. You guys do your socials yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and we're posting like 1 to 2 a day videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's a
so
big
hard.
part of the job.
I want to play this or that because I had fun playing this the other days, I guess. So I just want to ask you guys. It's kind of like fun questions, I guess. But you could just give me like rapid fire and just let me know. We'll just get to know them a little bit more.
Oh.
So, okay, let's start. Politics or pop culture?
Politics.
Carrie Bradshaw or Miranda Hobbs?
Carrie.
Oh,
even though, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're both half Mirandas.
Yeah. This is the part we hate of ourselves.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Interviewing the president or interviewing your favorite celebrity?
President.
I'd say celebrity. If it was Taylor Swift, I would.
I'd do president.
That's so funny. New York City walk and talk or LA coffee catch up?
New York City.
Hard-hitting questions or heartfelt questions?
Depends on the guest.
I know,
like,
that's
you
a
have
hard
to know
one.
because the hard-hitting ones could be heartfelt if it's the right guest.
Yeah, like a mix somehow.
A mix.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte York or Samantha Jones?
Samantha.
Oh, damn.
We just
I'm like,
came
I'm
for
such
you
a
there.
Charlotte. Okay. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Yeah.
Okay. Public figure or private life for yourself?
Oh, can we do both?
Hard,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's hard, right?
I think we would never want to share all of our life. And we put like a big boundary.
Like a public figure journalist.
Okay. But no one knows your personal life.
Yeah.
Okay. Lover era or reputation era?
Rep.
Yeah, rep.
Okay. Girls' night in or girls' night out?
In, honestly.
Out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like summer.
I'm an in girl. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm like half and half. It depends on the day.
I honestly probably do out the most.
Yeah.
So I want it in.
Yeah. Public praise or quiet wins?
How big
it's
is
hard.
it? I guess for our job, it's like hard to not say public praise.
Right. I feel like public
There's, like,
praise also
Peabodys
comes
out
with
there.
like...
Yeah. They will think. Yeah.
Okay. Pilates or strength training?
Strength
Pilates.
training.
Okay. Whole milk or nut milk?
Nut milk.
Okay. And then last one, Carrie's closet or Miranda's career?
Carrie's closet.
You cannot say that. We're both saying Miranda's career. Okay, we're manifesting.
I saw in her Call Her Dad interview, she said like she signed a contract to keep all the shoes, and then her daughter's not even her shoe size.
So tragic. I would cry.
I was freaking out when I saw that. Okay, that was like a fun little segment. Please tell the audience everything that you have coming up on your show and just outside of your show as well.
Yep, we have an episode every Thursday. It's going to be a mix of politics, entertainment, tech, science, health, sports, everything, all the news. It's very digestible.
Very digestible.
Yeah.
I will stand by that. It is. It makes like news not boring.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on like Instagram and TikTok for the clips, which is always fun.
Yeah, and you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcast. Watch us on YouTube, NEWSGIRLS Podcast.
Perfect. All right, I will link everything down below. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you.